All right, welcome to the first example of section 6.3. In this section, we are working with what we call the logarithm function. We shorten that as log, so we just call this the log function. Now, this is very similar to exponential functions. Actually, the log function is related just as the opposite of the exponential function. And we can actually interchangeably write these functions. So the log function and the exponential function are just equivalent to each other in different ways. So what we're going to do first is learn how to write the log function in exponential form and then how to write the exponential function in log form and just go back and forth between the two. So the first thing you have to do is learn how to take a log function and rewrite this in exponential form. Now, the first thing I want to do is teach you what it means to have a log function. So what we do is you have to learn the general form of a log function. So when we have a log function like this, and you'll notice that this log function has a little number next to it all the time. So we call that the base of the log. So when you see this written right here, we say this is the log base b of x equals y. So this little number that's next to all of our log values is just called the base. So the way we would write this first one, or say this first one, is log base 2 of 16 equals 4, log base 4 of 1 equals 0, log base 12 of 12 equals 1, and so forth. So the way the log function is defined is the log base b of x equals y. The way we would write this in exponential form is b to the y power equals x. So what we do here, the way that I like to think about this, is when you go back and forth between these two. So these two are equal to each other. This log function is equivalent to this exponential function. The log and the exponent function, we can just rewrite these in two different ways, and they're just equivalent to each other. So the way I like to think about going back and forth is just saying you keep this base as the same. So the base of your log function is the same as the base in your exponential function. And all you do is you switch these two values. So to rewrite a log form in exponential form, we keep our same base. So log base b of x equals y. That base stays the same. And then we just switch these two values. So our base stays the same, our y comes to the other side, and our x goes to the other side. So the log base b of x equals y is equivalent to b to the y power equals x. So again, we keep our base the same. So instead of log base b of x, we have b to some exponent, and we just switch these two values. So our y comes to this side, and our x goes to the other side. So b to the y power equals x. So again, all we're doing right here is rewriting a exponential form as a log function. And in this one, we're rewriting a log function in exponential form. So let's do a few of these. So first one we want to do here is log base 2 of 16 equals 4. Now remember, our base here is 2. So to rewrite this in exponential form, 2 stays our base, and our 4 switches to this side, and 16 switches to the other side. So log base 2 of 16 equals 4 becomes 2 to the 4th power equals 16. Again, remember, our base stays the same. So if our log is base 2, that base becomes our base in exponential form, and we just switch our values. So this becomes 2 to the 4th power, and our 16 goes to the other side. Okay, it's really simple. I don't want you guys to overthink this right now. All we're doing is we're going back and forth between log form and exponential form. So all this means right now is that these two functions are equivalent. Okay? These are the same values. So don't overthink this. So let's go ahead and do our other function right here. So we're taking log base 4 equals 1 equals 0. We're rewriting that in log form. So again, our base stays the same. So this is going to be 4 to some power, and we switch these sides. So it's going to be 4 to the 0 power equals 1. Okay, what I'm going to have you guys do next is go ahead and do the same ones and then put your answers in here for me. All right, so now we're going to look at the next example where we're going to go forward and we're going to look at some problems where we're given them in exponential form, and you have to rewrite these in log form. So now remember, all we're doing right here, I'm going to give you the equation again. Remember, when we're looking at log base b of y equals x, the way we rewrite that in exponential form, our base stays the same, so b, and we just switch these two exponents. So b of x, because x comes to this side, equals y. Again, don't worry so much about trying to understand what this log is. All I'm telling you right now is that we're rewriting the exponential function in what is called our logarithmic form, and you know that these two equations are equivalent to each other. We're going to go into how to calculate log on your calculator later, but right now I just want you to know how to take an exponential equation and rewrite it in log form. And just remember that your log always has a base associated with it, which is this little number right here. And to go back and forth between a log function and a exponential function, you just rewrite them this way. So log base b of y equals x is the same as your same base with your variable switched. So let's go ahead and work on these right now. So if we're taking our exponential function right here, which is 5 squared equals 25. 5 is our base, so we're taking that as log base 5, and then we switch our values right here. So this is going to be log base 5 of 25 equals 2. That's the same thing as 5 squared equals 25. Remember, our base stays the same, and we just switch our values right here. 25 goes to the left, 2 goes to the other side. Now this works with negative numbers and decimals as well. So let's go ahead and look at this. So 10 is our base, so that's going to become 10 base 10, and 0.1 is going to switch, and negative 1. So we get log base 10 of 0.1 equals negative 1. Okay, so I'm going to add another question here, and what I'm going to want you to do is do part C and D yourself.